Hey, DaQuan, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. First of all, why'd you choose Buffalo?
Um, you know, I wanted to try to be somewhere closer to home. I have a lot of family that never really been to a lot of my games. Just being in Tennessee and even being in Carolina last year, not a lot of people got to come and see me. So it was one of the closest teams to home, and at the same time, you got to look at that roster and see what you guys did last year. Definitely want to be a part of that.
What have you heard about the city of Buffalo before you joined the team?
I mean, I growing up in Binghamton, it's like 3.5 hours away. I was surrounded by Buffalo fans, and I bet my first ever game was actually a Buffalo Bills game. I've been out here a couple of times, but to me, it gives me a very a home feeling. Feels very much like home, and I just can't wait to get down there again to really explore it better.
That's awesome. What was your reaction when you heard that the team signed Von Miller?
Oh, it's crazy. I was excited. I mean, that to be able to have a talent like that on the D line is very exciting, and I cannot wait to get in that room and be around all them guys and get to know them and see what we can do.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Hey, DaQuan, John Scott here from Spectrum News TV in town. Congratulations. You
You.
mentioned your first game was a Bills game. Were you a Bills fan?
No, I wasn't a Bill fan. I wasn't really into football like that, believe it or not. Growing up, but my high school coaches, they were diehard Bill fan, and they took me to it was the Bills versus Denver game. I think back I was in seventh grade. So it was quite an experience, and something that it's kind of like coming full circle, coming up year nine and be able to play in Buffalo and me not being my first game I've ever been to. So
Do you remember what do you remember, I guess, from the game itself? Maybe who was playing on the Bills or anything like that? The
um,
fans, the atmosphere, anything?
the only thing I really remember from that game, it was the game, and man, I hate to say I forgot his name, but it was a kickoff return, and there was a tight end that broke his neck.
Oh,
And it was I remember being that game, and I just can't remember who it was.
Kevin Everett.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So
That's certainly, yeah, that's a memorable game for sure.
mm,
To the football side of things, what do you envision your role to be here with this defense?
really, whatever they want me to be. Again, I'm not really coming in as I'm playing one position. I'm going in there to whatever they need me to do. I will do that. Again, once OTA starts, I be able to go in that room and really sit down with the coaches and really understand what they expect from me and things going forward. I'll have a better answer then. But right now, I just want to come in and do my job, do my part, and whatever way I can help elevate the D line, I would do that.
And lastly, what do you know of Ed Oliver and his game?
Just seeing it on film, I mean, he played with his hair on fire. I mean, he fired off the ball every snap, and it's very impressive. And I just can't wait to, help him any way I can and help him learn the game even better than he does now.
Appreciate it. Welcome to town, man.
Thank you.
Hey, DaQuan, Sal here. I am the sideline reporter for the Bills Radio Network and reporter for WGR 550. Welcome to town.
Thank you. Thank you.
Someone told me there's a specific way you say your name. Can you just make sure we all say it correctly, please?
DaQuan?
It is DaQuan. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You were talking about the roster, taking a look at all of this. What strengths do you bring? Like, describe yourself as a player, because I think Bills fans want to know kind of how you fit in with that roster and what everybody's skill set is.
Yeah, I mean, I think what helps me and how I describe myself is kind of like a jack of all trades. I mean, I came into the league, I played DN in the 3-4 system, and then the last 3 years I kind of played nose guard. So I really played all across the ball. So I really can help in a lot of areas and my knowledge of different techniques. And so really, I just consider myself a jack of all trades. I kind of do it all, and I'm continuously growing and looking forward future challenges.
Obviously, the Bills play a 4-3 mainly. Are you more of a one technique kind of guy, a guy that fits in the interior there? Do you have the ability to even slide outside in some situations in a 4-3?
Yeah, I mean, Carolina last year with a lot of 3-4 hybrid 4-3s, and played a lot of 3 technique, played a lot of 1 technique. So yeah, I mean, I have the ability to play both.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, DaQuan, thanks for doing this. It's Mark Gaughan from the Buffalo News, the newspaper in town. You're listed at 322. Is that what you were last year?
Last year I played at 315. So
350. Okay.
yeah.
I mean, for a big guy, you show, really a pretty good initial quick burst. I mean, the Bills like to attack, the gaps. Do you feel like that is maybe an underrated part of your game? And what, is that something you've always taken pride in? The first step kind of getting into gaps.
I don't, I never really thought about that like that, to be honest with you. I just kind of just play my game. Whatever I can think can help me, and just some film study, like what can, because not every game and not every technique requires you to get off the ball. And, I get there, I understand that. So I change it up according to what I'm getting from that center or that guard. So, for me, when I need to get off the ball, I do it. And, whatever thing I can take advantage of, I try to expose it. So.
And then playing the 1 technique, first down on a run look, being able to be stout in there and make the linebacker's job a little easier. I mean, do you feel you've been, obviously you did that with Tennessee, right? I mean, it's something you feel pretty comfortable.
Something I'm comfortable doing. I've done that the last couple of years, and I've done a pretty good job of it. Playing 1 technique, your job is to keep the linebackers free and clean, and I feel like I do that at a pretty good level, pretty high level, and at a very consistent basis. So hopefully the linebackers want to love me a little bit, and I can make the job a lot easier.
Real quick then, you've seen the Bills 4 years in a row now. You're pretty familiar. Did the coaches, I mean, you've had pretty good games against the Bills. Did they say anything? What did they say to you about, being familiar with
No, we never talked about, my games versus Bill at all. But yeah, I've had a couple games against the Bills, but it's just, we never really talked about it.
And then last, Josh Allen, just kind of what, did you watch the 2 playoff games, New England and Kansas City? And just what do you think of playing? And you played against him. I mean, you were chasing him around. What do you think of him?
I did watch the last 2 games, and that last game especially, I think he played amazing. Both quarterbacks that game were kind of making throws that were unbelievable, and one just got the edge of the other. But I think he's a heck of a quarterback, and I'm excited to have a quarterback like that. I guess I'm same team, someone that can go in there and score when needed, and when the team needs it. So I'm just excited to be a part of something that great and special.
Thank you, DaQuan.
Hey, DaQuan, Catherine Fitzgerald, also with the Buffalo News. I also wanted to ask about Josh Allen. I think a lot of people really enjoyed your tweet that seemed to be in the middle of that Kansas City game. Do you remember what moment that was where you were like, all right, I'm going to tweet this now?
It was, I want to say he just like threw a bomb. Like when it was like within the last 2 minutes, like, he threw a heck of a pass, and it was just crazy. It was that moment, like, I think the Chiefs just scored, and the Bills came back and just took the lead. It was just crazy. I mean, he was playing unbelievable that game. And again, I own a lounge back home, and like my manager, the Bill fan, and everyone came in who were Bill fans, and everyone's just talking. And it was a crazy moment. And it just came to my mind, and like I had to tweet it. So I mean, he's a great player.
No, it was an accurate tweet.
Yeah, like
have you talked?
Perfect.
Have you talked to him yet, or to too many other guys on the Bills yet? I know it's been a quick turnaround.
Not yet. I'm kind of waiting until April 19th when we all get together and kind of go in the locker room and meet everybody and make my rounds around, and just get to know everybody slowly and make sure that we can take this into another level.
And then you've been so durable the last few seasons. What is just all that time on the field, that experience led to?
I feel like it led to a lot, to be honest with you. I mean, to be able to go out there and play so many snaps and be able to see so many different things, and and really getting rhythm. I think that really helps a player a lot, especially for me in my case. I mean, I think this game's all about rhythm. It's all about, finding the niche and figuring out what the offense is doing. And when you can be healthy out in that field, I mean, the more snaps you get, the more you see out there and the more you can relate to your teammates.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Welcome to Buffalo.
Thank you.
Hey, DaQuan, Elena Getzenberg, ESPN. I actually covered you for a hot second when you were with the Panthers, so it's good to see you again.
You too.
I was curious, after all the time with the Titans, how much time you spent with that organization, were there any takeaways from your season with the Panthers? Was there anything you kind of learned or picked up on from being with a different team?
Yeah, I mean, just the environment, the experience. I mean, you always hear that, it's not always greener on the outside, and just going there and be able to be in a different system, a different culture. It was cool. I mean, at the same time, we didn't get the results we wanted last year, but it was cool to be able to see what other teams are doing and stuff like that. But it was a good experience overall.
And then I was curious, on a completely separate note, did you know Roger Saffold was also coming here? Did you know him much your time with the Titans? Is that exciting or
I mean, yeah, when I saw he signed, I was excited for him. And then when I got the call and I signed, I was like, well, that's just, icing on the cake right there to have Roger. I mean, we competed, very intensely in Tennessee, and we know each other very well. And I just can't wait to go back out there and battle with him again.
Would you say you won more of those battles? Who came out on top?
I'll say no comment on that one. I mean, I respect him as a player and a competitor, but we get after it pretty good. So
fair enough. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.